Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a bonus reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. There's a lot going on in the sky for May, and let's talk about that for a second. First of all, on April 30th, there is a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. And then on the 16th of May, we go into your full moon, Scorpio full moon, but also a total lunar eclipse on the same day. And then at the end of the month, we go into the new moon in the sign of Gemini. So, we have earth, then we have water, and then we have air. So I feel like May is definitely going to be a time that we are dealing with our emotions, good and maybe some hard. We'll see. And let's just go ahead and get right into the reading. Okay, so what I'm going to do, Scorpio, is I'm going to use the Light Seers. I'm going to give it a shuffle or two. Already pre-shuffled, so you know. Let's give him a cut. What we're going to do is we're going to feel your block out, and then we're going to bring in the Gilded Tarot. So let's go ahead and start with the Light Seers. Again, this is a bonus reading. I'm saying for May, and this probably is for May. Normally I say the readings are kind of whenever you find them, it's the right time for you. But I feel like with the full moon being in Scorpio and these eclipses going on, I think it's going to concentrate on this time. Okay, let me bring the lid down and let's begin. All right, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, not a great card, right? This is just the energy. Well, it's the self-created prison is what it is. But it is the first card. I have a feeling you're breaking free from this type of energy. A lot of times this is where we keep blindfolds on. We don't want to be. Sometimes it's like we don't want. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like almost like we don't want to participate in the world. I often feel this is kind of like a wounded type of energy, of the past. It is an 8, so it does speak of a new beginning. Look at this, 2 8s in a row. Wow. 8 of Cups. Scorpio. This is just asking you to be completely real with yourself as it relates to your emotions, your thoughts. The 8 of Cups is taking that time to evaluate, what are these, like, what cups that have been knocked over am I carrying with me forward where I really need to let it go? 8 of Cups is doing just that. It's like a freedom within when I do this work. 2 8s right away. This is talking about new beginnings. I feel like these eclipses are going to help. We have the 9 of Swords. Wow. Okay. No wonder I'm doing your reading right now. Let's see what comes next to that. Well, we have the Queen of Cups. So first of all, if you look at the Queen and the 9 of Swords, right? The 9 of Swords came first. This is about unnecessary worry. This kind of worry can become paralyzing, where I don't do anything. Yeah, I'm afraid to move. I feel like everything is doomed, right? But then this Queen is coming out right next to it, and she's very connected. As you can see, she's connected to above, as above, so below. She's reminding herself of that, of her connectivity to above, right? So this human emotion of fear, and this is worry, unnecessary worry. That is its meaning. It's unnecessary worry. I feel like there's something going on in your thought system that's affecting your emotional almost like I want to end something, I want to leave something, I want to leave it behind, but yet there's still this sense of worrying about doing that. I don't feel like you have any reason to worry. I feel like you just feel that. Okay, let's go above it. Let's figure this out. Well, hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. Some of you may be connected. This could be the fear of falling in love, the fear of being in love. You know, and I feel like if there's a fear, it's probably based on past experiences. Remember, you know, well, only you can tell, but I was going to say, we don't want to push what past people have done to us on current people. And that can happen. That can definitely happen. Interesting. We're in the year of the lovers. All right, let's keep going. We have the Two of Pentacles. Do I or don't I? You're asking yourself a question here. Will this energy expand my world, or will it limit my world? I feel like it definitely has to do about the lovers. You know, the meaning of the lovers is a head over heart decision. Do I follow my heart or do I follow my head? It feels like the head is consumed. But it feels like the heart is being cleared. Interesting. We have the Tower Scorpio. This is what you're fearing. This is what you're fearing. It's coming right over the Nine of Swords. Doesn't mean it's happened. It may have happened in the past. Doesn't mean it's going to happen now or happen later. You know, I feel like there is no guarantee, because if this is speaking of love, each person, you know, like I can't control another person. But I don't like the Nine of Swords with the Tower. Why? Because it's unnecessary energy. And it's on the negative side. So, it makes sense that the Eight of Swords would open up this reading. It just feels like there's confusion over, should I or shouldn't I? We have the Seven of Swords. You're wondering if you can trust someone. Interesting. You're wondering if you can trust someone. Well, you've trusted someone in the past and they let you down. Seven is also a spiritual number. And I'm saying that because this queen, listen, first of all, this queen is very intuitive. So she can feel the right move, right? But with the Nine of Swords beside it, it throws a lot of worry around a decision. Can I trust someone? Can I trust anyone? We have the Chariot. Well, hello, Chariots. Card of Cancer. Another major arcana. I don't know why I'm saying it. Well, you do have three. You know, I often feel the Chariot is a reward for finding balance in one's life. If it's relating to, you know, we do have the lovers here. So if this is relating to a soulmate or twin flame type energy, this says that the possibilities really are endless. There's no limit on how far we can take something. But I can tell you one thing. this energy won't fit into this energy. So that's why I feel like the Chariot is coming as a reward. A reward, you know, excuse me, maybe you are fearful of taking a step forward. But what I want you to ask yourself is that fear coming from due to past people and past pain and, that type of thing. Because I feel like this is saying this is the opportunity to go forward with something. This is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Some of you may have found someone who just is a real balance for you. We have the moon. A lot of watery energy all of a sudden. The moon is the card of Pisces, the ruler of Cancer, sitting right next to Cancer. But we're also talking about a Scorpio full moon. I feel like this is saying around the Scorpio full moon, there seems to be like this release. And I feel like it's a release of, listen, I definitely feel May is calling for you to really, once and for all, look at that emotional house. Clear it as much as you can. Look at it for what is past, what is present, and, what will that mean for my future? The moon can certainly cast shadows, cause a little uncertainty. Wow, look at this. We have the Four of Wands. Wow. I love the Four of Wands. I love the Four of Wands for you. This is about a commitment. I feel like this is about, can two people commit to each other and make it work? Four of Wands, there's no one in there kicking and screaming to be part of this relationship or this commitment or marriage. It is the marriage card. Nine of Swords are right above it. You are basing, how do I say this? There's no way that your past experiences are not affecting your present moment. And I feel like, listen, I really feel like this is the month that where you can figure it out. I'm not just saying you need to figure it out. I'm saying you can figure it out. Nine of Swords, unnecessary worry. I don't want to create a tower because I feel the tower. You know what I mean? All right, let's get the last card in this spread. That didn't take long. We have the Five of Cups. All right. Interesting, because we have the Five of Cups and the Chariot mirroring each other. Five of Cups can speak of missing someone. Five of Cups, it's a 5, so it wants you to consider some type of a change. We already know. We just look straight up. It has to do with my thoughts and my fear to go forward with something. But it's because my emotional house is still cloudy. But you can clear that up. You can clean it up however you want to say it. The Tower and the Four of Wands are mirroring each other. Again, I don't feel like this Tower is something that exists now or will even exist, to say, in the near future. But I feel some of you think that it will. And, I don't want to keep harping on the same thing, but I can see what it's based on. It's based on a previous relationship. It's based on something where you feel like you did lose. where it did throw you, let's say, into an emotional turmoil. Maybe, you know, and what's mirroring the Five of Cups is Seven of Swords. I don't feel like within this Five of Cups, because in the Five of Cups, why it wants you to consider change is because when I'm in the Five of Cups energy, I'm focusing on all that I have lost. And I think that's why the Nine of Swords exists here. And I think that's why the Tower is here. And the Eight of Swords. All that I have lost. What the Five of Cups wants you to do, though, is not to focus on what you have lost. And, you know, how do I do that? I need to understand it, you know, and then I need to understand sometimes what I have lost just was not ready for me, right? It wouldn't have served me in my future anyway. This talks about when you stop focusing on what you lost and start thinking about what can be. There's two cups that this person has not seen yet, has not found yet. It's mirrored by the Lovers. We have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Sometimes I just feel who needs a reading more. And I feel it's you. I want to explain, though, you know, this looks like, it's not a very good reading. It really is quite a great reading because you do have the Lovers here. You do have the Chariot here. You do have the ability to truly connect to above. And what that means to me is when you connect, when you know, right, you know that your spirit, not just this, you know, you are spirit having human experience. It allows you to free your mind much more, right? If you think about all the lifetimes that you've lived and all the experiences that you've been through, and all that you've gotten over and overcome, it teaches you, look at that, the Ace of Cups. It teaches you that you don't need to live by the sword. You don't need to live by fear. You know, fear can be good. Like, you know, you find this new project or this new person and it's like you feel all giddy and all that, but yet fear rises up. But that's okay. It's a type of fear where it paralyzes you. That's what the Nine of Swords to me is. Okay. We are just going to go over. We'll see. We'll take it as it comes. We have Justice, card of Libra. And then we have the High Priestess. Okay. Okay. First of all, I feel like with Justice coming out here, it makes me want to look back here. So for some of you, this could have been like a previous, you know, what put you in this Nine of Swords area, energy where you're kind of isolating. It definitely is a previous relationship. I mean, it just feels so clear to me. Definitely feels like that. And listen, some of you may have been in a karmic type of relationship. You know, karmic lessons or karmic relationships are also teachers. The High Priestess is coming over this Two of Pentacles. So this tells you that, you know, listen to your intuition as it comes to making any decisions moving forward. Justice is also, to me, like a reward. It's a balance. It's fairness. It's wholeness, right? It's making you whole again. I have a feeling it's making these lovers whole again. And I'm, you know, I really don't feel like this is talking about like a love from years and years ago. I don't know. Let's keep going. We have the Five of Swords, which came in reverse. over the Tower. That's good. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse is great. That tells me that, first of all, it's coming over the Tower. If this is in the upright, it's talking about the toxicity in one's life, around you. But it can also be thoughts, that type of thing. The five, it wants you to leave this toxic energy. It doesn't always mean I'm leaving my house, right? I'm figuring it out. The Queen of Wands coming next to that, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, if it is a person. But this really is the intuitive queen coming over the Seven of Swords. I feel like if you take a real good look at your life and you say, what is really toxic to me? Don't always look outside of yourself. Sometimes we got to look inside of ourselves. Because I feel like there's a lot of swords being carried around that don't need to be carried around anymore. All right, let's go into this middle line. Whoa. Okay. That's too many. We have the Star. Card of Aquarius. Interesting. This is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. But it's coming over that Eight of Swords. There's a worry over something that you want. But yet there seems to be like this excess worry that, can I tell you, like, if this is a relationship that you won't get hurt from it? I can't. I can't do that because I can't control the other person, right? But do I feel like that's going to happen? I don't. I feel quite the opposite. This Eight of Swords is the block before your own hopes, dreams, and wishes. Somebody is worried about, I feel like, allowing something to come true. I feel like this is for very few people, what I'm about to say, but I feel like there is a couple people out there who were previously married, and I feel like they are getting a divorce. This may be someone that you had been with. Listen, I feel like you would know this because I feel like there is a divorce, or there is a separation. But when I say separation, I mean a separation for good. I know that's not for everyone, but that's for some. All right, we have the Magician, which came in reverse. This is our manifester. It's in reverse. Why? Well, I feel like you're not believing in yourself. Your abilities to manifest. Just because it's in reverse doesn't mean it can't, that it has to stay that way. This can talk about untrustworthy energy again also. But I don't really feel that. I feel more as, it's like your guide just saying, here's the energy of your hopes and dreams and wishes and the potential of it coming true, right? But the Magician is the manifester. This is you, right? And you play an important role in manifesting your life. You know, I feel like it's almost like a 50-50 split between God and then the ability that you have, your free will, to create this life. I don't feel like we were like put here and then with certain rules of you must follow this. No, this is more about your free will and your lessons and what you're going to learn and what you're going to enjoy. But you've got to know that. You can easily just turn this around. You know, if this is talking about a relationship that you're fearful of, you're fearful that it may not turn out the way that you hope, take it slow. Take it step by step and be okay with that, right? Not everything has to move quickly. Some things, it's better to move slow, especially with all this worry, right? Take it slow. If you're worried that someone new may become untrustworthy, again, take it slow. Trust your intuition. The High Priestess is coming right over this Two of Pentacles. So, excuse me, you're making a decision here, right? And you're using your earthly, what's the word I want to use? Like your earthly energy to decide. This is saying connect to your intuition when it comes to making, you know, these choices. Look at that, the Chariot again. We could have double Cancer on the board, on the table. I like seeing the Chariot right now, right over that Nine of Swords and right over that Tower. Why? Because the Five of Swords is flipped. What does that mean? That means that the energy of others who are toxic, your own toxic thoughts, you're changing that. You are following the energy. Interesting, I just realized 5, and then May is the 5th month. I love seeing the Chariot coming over that Nine of Swords. You know, it's unlimited potential. However, again, if I stay in that Nine of Swords, well, that potential's probably not, that Chariot's not going to go too high, right? It's not going to give me the same potential if I can control the thoughts somewhat. We have the Knight of Wands. Wow, that's passionate energy coming right over the Queen. You came in like a wrecking ball. I'm telling you to take something slow, but the Knight of Wands is anything but slow. It's a fast-moving energy. It's a passionate, you know, it's like a rush of passion toward you, a rush of inspiration. We have the Hermit. I feel like that's exactly what we needed, was the Hermit. Because this is the energy, this is what we need to do. Go into the energy of the Hermit to analyze all these swords. You know, and I'm not saying swords are a bad thing, but the swords that you're receiving, listen, they're all self-created. Doesn't mean that it's not understandable. But what it's saying is, I mean, that Nine of Swords and that Eight of Swords together, can it hinder your opportunities? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because even if opportunity shows, I don't know that you're going to accept it at that point. So I feel like one thing first, and then other things start moving. The Hermit, you know, coming out of this energy as the master teacher. Sometimes you got to walk through the dark night of the soul. Ten of Pentacles. Wow. And then we have the King of Wands. So we have the Queen and now the King of the same suit. This King is coming over the Four of Wands. Again, it can be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, though. I find it interesting that the Queen and the King are connected by the Knight. But not just the Knight, also the Chariot. This King's coming right over the Four of Wands. I feel like whoever this person is, you know, I can't say right away someone's ready to make a commitment, but I feel like they're going to make a commitment. I love this Ten of Pentacles here, too. You know, I feel like, and I get this all the time, I feel like many of you are, you know, it feels like you're spiritual wizards, right? But you don't know it until you know it. You don't know it, and listen, I feel like if you're a spiritual wizard, you probably wanted some of these heavy lessons, because once you get it, right? Once I know that I'm hanging on to unnecessary worry and it's causing me to manifest, right? I can manifest in the light, but I can also manifest in the dark. Let's not forget the Magician's in the reverse. Look at this. The Four of Wands. So we have the Four of Wands twice. We have the Lovers, right? We know there's two people in that, as if this relates to love. I don't know how it doesn't. But, and I know that's not for everyone, because I feel for some of you, the opportunities that you're holding back are a way of making money for yourself. I feel like a lot of you moved onto a spiritual path, you know, or you are. It's like, I have to tell you, when you figure out what these swords mean to you, this Eight of Swords, right? That self-created prison, Nine of Swords, excess worry to the point where I got to be careful, because it can move me into depression. It can cause me to isolate. There are blindfolds. I mean, there are. I hate to say that in every reading, but if they're there, they're there. You can remove them. It's just being completely truthful and honest with yourself, and not being fearful of life. Like looking at life in a different way. Like, these are opportunities. These are chances. Not all of them are going to work out, right? I mean, you know, they're just not. Maybe it's 80-20. Here's the Four of Wands again, guys. Right next to the Four of Wands. I feel like some of you are ultimately making a commitment, if you can get yourself to that point. I feel like you're making a commitment. All right, I want to, before I let you go, I did not want to make this long, but I want to look at the Hermit moving into that Ten of Pentacles. And I want to know just a little bit more about that, because it's also carrying the energy of your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. We have the Seven of Wands. And I'm saying this because I feel like for some of you, this is talking about opportunities to really increase your finances, to the point maybe of really feeling independent, even in a relationship. You know, maybe that can be part of the problem. I feel like you must feel like there's something lacking from you. I don't know. I just get this feeling. And I wish I could just take it away from you. Like, I wish I could just take it away. Ugh. Nine of Swords back again. Scorpio. I feel like you're not trusting in your spiritual gifts. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to become secure. Let's say financially secure. I don't think this is just talking about your love life. It is talking about your love life. But I feel like it's talking about even more. Now, maybe some of these swords exist because maybe you don't feel the security yet of independent, like, you know, independently taking care of myself type of energy. Though with the 10, I feel it's blended. Why Nine of Swords? Tell me how to get rid of this Nine of Swords. What do they need to do? Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands. The Emperor, card of Aries. And Judgment. Judgment's in reverse. This is your spiritual team. You know, for some reason, I feel like you shut them out. You need to let them back in. Judgment talks about a call to attention. I feel like because this is in reverse, it's saying, you know, a rebirth is happening. But before it complete, it's like, you know, if I'm reborn, I can't take all these swords with me. It's not going to serve me. We have the Knight of Cups. You know, I love the Knight of Cups because this knight is bringing you in a cup. Some type of fulfillment. A lot of times it's unexpected. Now, I feel like this is talking about also your finances. Like opportunities to create. Nine of Wands next to that. Create what? Well, it's something that has to do with your own life story. Maybe, you know, once you get through all these swords, now you're talking about it, you're writing about it, you're building a life, helping others overcome what you've overcome. Your wisdom may now become what you do for a living. And a lot of people fight against that, but I feel like that's exactly the way, I don't know, I feel like that's exactly the way God uses us. Like, why would, you know, all my experiences, negative and positive, I have talked about them in these readings because I know I'm being used for that reason. I feel the same thing for you. And then you have the Emperor, the leader. Some of you don't think you're able to lead, but you're wrong. You're wrong. You 100% can be the leader. Now, it doesn't have to mean the leader of all people. Maybe just your people. This is about business ownership. This is the energy of people looking up to you, looking up for you to help. Okay, well, I just kind of wanted to look at that Nine of Swords again because I feel like it's affecting not just love, but also, listen, I don't want to say it's affecting your finances, but I feel like what it's doing is affecting an opportunity maybe to move in a different direction or expand upon something, right? I 100% feel like once you overcome these swords, you are using them to help others. And I feel like that's beautiful. And that's, I feel like a lot of times why we go through that, to help others. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. There's a lot of beautiful energy on this board as the Lovers. The Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Wands twice. The Chariot twice. The Star. It's all here. It's just that the swords kind of like cover it a little bit. You just need to uncover it. Business ownership. Potentially love. Potentially marriage. Or a true commitment. And I find it interesting we have 2 Four of Wands. So I feel like whoever this is, they will also want to be in it. And if they don't, listen, if you get your, like, I hate to say it, like, get your head together, And listen, I get it. Virgos are the worst. I'm a Virgo, and we're the worst with that Nine of Swords. Overthinking. Overthinking instead of just allowing life to happen. All right. I don't know, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I feel like, look at that, with the Six of Cups under the Two of Swords. Okay. I feel like for the month of May, this is about your emotional house. But for great reason. I feel like because it's almost like raising a vibration. Like my vibration is raising. And, well, let me put it a different way. With the swords, I feel like it kind of holds you down a little bit. But I feel like once the swords are cleared, boom, it's like a springboard. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I did not want to make this long, but holy cow, look at all the cards. I love you guys. I thank you, as always. For those who wanted to donate and didn't know how, I now have that super thanks button. So thank you to anyone. I mean, you can donate that way if you want. You certainly don't have to. Just being here is enough for me. I love you guys. I love... I feel like, I hope this brings you clarity. And I feel like because of all the swords, it's got me a little mixed up. I don't feel like the reading's mixed up, but I can feel it in my head how I could go back and forth and back and forth. I just got to trust. And I'm going to leave that be. I love you guys. I don't know. I feel like allow yourself to have these experiences, and I think it'll be good. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.